Welcome to the Unfiltered Athlete. I'm Mike Bourne and I'm here to talk about all things sport and fitness related, aiming to give valuable insights, experience and knowledge from as many athletes and their given sports as possible. Don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button and turn on the notification settings so that you don't miss out on any exciting guests. Now sit back, relax and enjoy this week's episode.
Loredana do her thing. And there she goes. Very easy for her. Paula Lea is doing the same. And they're off. Eric Cardona, Loredana Niroda. A little bit faster than last time. She's making... It was a good call for Briley to do that. And he's going to keep on going. You have to finish strong. Show control over the finish line. Wow! Handstands. And can she do them? This is her first time doing them. They're insane. Wow!
Back with another interview. I'm here with Loredana Niroda. She's recently back from her debutante Grid League performance with the South Beach Palms. So that was in the US of A in Texas. Yep. And we're basically here just to talk about how that experience went for her, talk a little bit about Grid League, what that concept is about, and basically just her overall experience. And we've got a few questions as well from some of Loredana's many fans who want to know all the dirt and all the gossip. So, first and foremost, obviously Loredana, amazing performance for one. It was very impressive to see you perform on the Grid League floor, as it were. Some insane movements that you have to go through that obviously hopefully you can explain to us exactly what it entails. But first and foremost, what was your experience like? How was it? Did it live up to the hype, as it were?
Yes, 100%. I wasn't nervous at all, and I wished I would have been a bit, you know.
Yeah.
I haven't felt nervous for not even a second. I wish I would have felt like, you know, a bit more like adrenaline and the nerve of competition. But it was a great experience and I loved it.
Amazing. So, for everyone watching, I want you to sort of briefly, if you can, in layman's terms, explain the whole Grid League process. Explain what it's about, explain how the workouts work and how the team selection works, how many's on a team, and whether there's any rules and regulations that you need to sort of follow.
To be part of Grid,
Yeah.
you have to be selected from a team.
Yeah.
There is no regulations. The teams can be, I think, 15 to 18,
Yeah.
if I am not wrong. Obviously, the more player you have, the easier to play around with the players.
Yeah.
The teams are consistent of body weight specialist,
Yeah.
strength specialist, and then you have the utility players. So obviously, based on each workout,
Yeah.
the more players you have, the easier to assign, and obviously the less work they do, the more fresh they're gonna be to hit every workout.
Yeah. How many workouts are involved in a match?
In a match, 5.
5 workouts.
Yeah, I hope I'm not wrong.
And are they the same workouts every time? Are they the same style of workout, or are they different every time?
So each match
Yeah.
has the same races. I mean, the name of the races
It's the
are
same?
the same,
Yeah.
just the elements and the movements are different.
Got you. Okay. And you're a bodyweight specialist.
Yes.
So obviously that's going to involve the majority of the gymnastic movements. You have a strength specialist. Is that right?
Yes, yeah.
And then you say utility players.
Utility player.
So utility players, are they ones that can do both strength and gymnastics?
Exactly.
Yeah. Or are they just
Exactly.
ones that you use for like the speed rounds or?
They can basically do everything, so
Yeah.
a little bit for everything, but mostly it's they are made for, I would say both.
Yeah.
It's actually, for both.
You had 2 matches while you were out there.
Yes.
One was against the Lions, was it? And
yeah,
the
the
other one
first
was
one.
against Wild.
Wild Atlanta.
Yeah. Which was the tougher match?
Yeah, the first one, definitely.
Yeah, Lions.
The Lions, yeah.
Why was that? Were they ranked better or?
Yeah, they are one of the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Wild were also the champions last year?
Yeah, they've been the champions last year, but I've heard that they had like many changes in the team.
Yeah.
Apparently, 12 of their best players.
Also over half.
Yeah, exactly. They just stopped playing in grid.
Oh, just all together? Did they go to other teams? Or?
No, most of them apparently they just stopped competing.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I guess that it takes its toll on the body as well, because one thing that I noticed from watching was obviously in terms of CrossFit, we're always looking to use, unless it's like a heavy complex, you're looking to complete the workload as fast as possible. Now to me, the way I watch grid, it's like you're always trying to complete the workload as fast as possible, and everything is just heightened and intensified in terms of that speed. So one thing I wanted to ask you was, and I think that you may have had this comment towards you, and obviously I mean it I don't mean it in a bad way at all. If I was to have my impression on it, I would say that you performed your workload, your movements, too good, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And what I mean by that is you're so crisp and precise with your movement patterns and the way that you perform the exercises that you had, whether that's a press to stand or the L sit to press, and I don't know the technical terms, but it's like you perform them so beautifully that maybe you need to look at doing them a little bit more ugly to be faster.
Yeah, that's actually right, but to me it's way harder to make them ugly. It just doesn't come natural, and my friend Angie was there with me and she said the same thing. She said like, it looks beautiful, but if I want to get faster and faster, which is the goal in grid, I kind of have to change that beautiful technique.
Yeah.
So probably that's one thing I have to start working on.
And I kind of understand that that's going to be hard as well, because for me, if I was swimming, if someone asked me to swim badly, it's very hard to change that muscle memory to do something in a bad way. I remember I've tried to like demonstrate bad technique in swimming. It just feels so weird trying to make it look bad in order to then showcase what good looks like. So I kind of get what you mean by that, and I know it's going to be hard for you to do that. But I guess
I've also said like maybe it should be a start somewhere that we can change that.
Yeah, the standard as well.
The standards, right?
The parallel L sit to press, the stand.
Yeah.
You're like that at the top, whereas other people are there. So, to me, I would always, the way I would view that would be that the rep would count when you're bolt upright. Yeah. Whereas it seemed that everyone else seemed to be getting away with being at like a slight angle, whether that be I don't know 60 degrees or 70 degrees. I don't know, but to me, what is then the line of the standard? What is too far?
And why it's not enough, right?
Yeah, and what's not enough, is it? So maybe you could be the advocate for making it. Yeah,
I mean, you watched the live, which I'm super grateful for. No. Thanks a lot. And everyone was like, "Wow, it was beautiful to watch you doing, your things." Yeah. And everyone had the same opinion as yours. I look different than the others, even if maybe I'm not at their speed yet. Yeah. But it looks better, way better. So maybe it should start somewhere, right?
I mean, look, and this again, I want to sort of, rectify that I'm not having a dig at anyone for anyone else's movement. I'm just saying in terms of me watching properly for the first time, like I've seen highlights and stuff on Instagram and that before, and but in terms of me actually watching a live match, this is the first time I've actually sort of watched one and thought, okay, well, what's going on here? How come he can get away with that? How come she can get away with that? Why does Laurie have to be here? So I guess that, at some point, there may be extra standards that come in because that line, is either going to get crossed or not. And then obviously you then get a bit of a grey area as to what counts and what didn't, and that especially with the flag, you throw a flag at the end as a challenge. I would imagine that you would get way less challenges, way less flags thrown if that things had to be a bit crisper. But I also get that the speed that people move, because again, what everyone is doing on that floor is still it's still amazing. And
Yeah.
I think in terms of, that's what, in terms of the general public watching that have never even attempted these movements before, I mean, they're extremely difficult to do, slowly, yet alone to do fast when you've got to control yourself even more, and then do another rep and another rep and another rep. So it's interesting to see people's different techniques as they're working through, these movement patterns. And I think my favourite thing that I did want to talk to you about was the handstand race.
Okay.
I was watching that. Obviously, I was watching you had to do 2 rounds because the first round didn't count because you threw a flag.
Yeah, because the coach of my team, Riley, she threw the flag.
Yeah.
Because Eric went with his hands off the white line.
Yeah. So basically, the white line you had to go sideways on.
Yeah.
And essentially, it should be that your closest hand touches the line first to then move along the line.
Your hands has to be all the time on the white line with every step.
So I noticed that on the first one. I was like, how did he get so? Because you were sort of level going into that, and I was like, how did he get so far ahead just on that little bit? Because he didn't look like he was moving any faster. And obviously, then the replay shows that his other hand goes on first, and he sort of spins around onto it. And then the second time, what happened?
I won.
You won. There we go. So,
it was actually was better for me.
Yeah.
Because the first one I was a bit a bit more careful, I would say, going through that. But then the second one I said, okay, I can easily do it, so I can actually get a bit more faster.
So essentially, it was a good warm up.
Yes.
And a good run through, so you knew what to expect on the movements. And because definitely watching that one, it was actually really intense when you sort of, and exciting as it were. Because I was watching, thinking, you're sort of on the edge of your seat, because there's so little room for error. And that one small error makes a big difference. And then obviously on that second round, he did the same thing again with his hands.
I know.
And luckily the judge called him back that time.
Yeah.
And from that, then you just moved away.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You sort of moved away from him, and obviously your teammates were there waiting for you at the finish line for an event win, as it were. So
the day before they actually had a podcast.
Yeah.
Or I think it's John Young, the one that is hosting those.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, and they were having predictions who's going to win, and everyone was obviously betting on Eric.
Yeah.
Because he's well known as being the fastest in grid on his hands.
He's a bit more of a veteran, right? He's been doing it a while.
Yes, I think for 5 years or maybe more than that. Yeah. So, not anymore.
Yeah, there you go, There's a win for you, I like it. And it's good to take a bit of confidence from that. Second thing I wanted to mention was, and I know that you've done a post on this on Instagram, so if anyone's watching, you go to her Instagram, you'll see that Laurie was the first female to perform the L-sit to press.
Yes.
L-sit, what's the name?
It's ring to handstand.
Ring to handstand, but you have to start in the L-sit position, right?
Not necessarily. You have to start in dead hang. So that's the standard. Dead hang to handstand. No matter how. Yeah. You just have to make it to the top.
And you're the first female ever to do that movement.
Yeah.
So that's got to be. I mean, that's got to be a great feeling for you, knowing that you're the first ever to do it in Grid League. And again, you did it so effortlessly, and what was great for us to see you do was we've seen you practicing that movement, and obviously we've had to keep it secret that you were going to do that movement because you didn't want anyone to know that you could do it other than maybe your teammates and whatnot. But we've seen you have many fails doing that as well, and it seemed like everything sort of clicked into place at that point on that day, because both those reps that you were hitting were just effortless and so crisp and clean, and I think you shocked the commentators when you were performing those.
So exactly like we said before, maybe having a better movement pattern should start somewhere. I am obviously super happy that I've done it and I was the first one. It was one of my goals. I didn't know if I will actually have the chance to do it because I was actually the backup.
Okay.
Because Edgar, the body weight specialist, the male one in my team, he was the first option. But there was a race called Echo, and Echo it has to be twice with 45 seconds rest in between. And on the second one, you have watched, he struggled with that. And then when we had a sprint relay, when we had to do 2 reps, I was lucky to be the one to do them.
No, for sure. And it's nice that you got to sort of showcase your skills
Yeah.
in more than one movement. I was disappointed that I didn't see you doing the backflip. That was one that I thought that, because again, you know, having known you for so long and seeing you do so many backflips in a row, I'm looking at it thinking, oh, Laurie should have done that one for sure. But
yeah, but that's a ringer.
yeah,
So a ringer has to be done only once in a season by a player.
got you.
So you cannot do 2 ringers, and we chose the handstand obstacle.
Oh, okay.
So that was my ringer.
Ah,
That's why.
that
So
makes sense.
we had to choose in between the handstand obstacle
Yeah.
or the burpee backflip, and we thought as a team that would be better for us. And
it worked. And it
was,
played out.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
Sure. Absolutely. So before we go to some, like I said, fan questions, as it were, so there are some really good ones here
Yeah.
to sort of run through quickly. My question to you is, having been out there and done it now, when is the next opportunity that you could go back out? And do you want to go back out and do it, or is that like a tick off the list now and I don't want to do it again?
Yes, I would love to do it again.
Yeah.
But this time I would like to have some criteria and some standards.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that, I don't want to go if I'm not going to be the first option as body weight specialist for a team.
Yeah.
Because for me, obviously, it's a long way to
Yeah.
go there. Like, honestly, 16 hours wasn't easy at all. And plus, it's costly.
Yeah, so obviously it's a long way to go, and obviously
Yeah.
if you want to go there, you want to essentially get your money's worth, as it were, and perform and showcase what you've got.
Yeah, exactly.
You met a couple of well-known grid athletes out there. I know Alex Smith was one of them.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know Alex here. He's come and trained at Alive quite often a few years back.
Yeah, he actually mentioned that.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Good
I
to
spoke
know.
with him. Yeah.
Good to know. No, he's a great guy. And was it you fangirling him, or was he fanboying you?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it was vice versa.
Vice versa. Okay,
Yeah.
so a bit of both.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's probably comes off the back of seeing, what you did on the rings, for example.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Right. So we'll go to a few questions now. We'll run through them nice and quick and wrap this up. And obviously try and give the fans what they want. So, first one, what was your favourite movement to perform at the comp?
Yeah, obviously the ring to handstand.
Ring to handstand.
Yeah.
Pute says, how does it feel to be so awesome?
I'm pretty humble, so I don't feel that way.
No, so we've got some nice ones here as well, because Sam says, are you aware of how genuinely inspiring and kind and lovely you are? So it's nice that
I'm blushing now.
yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's nice
Yeah.
that you have that impact on people. So, Angie, your friend that was there, are you still happy about the experience, or was there anything you were disappointed with?
Yeah, I am very, very happy.
Yeah.
Like I said before, it was an amazing experience.
Yeah. Food.
Yeah, exactly. Food was really, really, really bad. I got pimples all over my face. I couldn't find, clean food. It was and
So maybe that's something. Yeah,
honestly, Dallas was wild.
So maybe next time then we can obviously have a bit of a search before you go to make sure that you know what to expect.
One thing, I will never go alone again.
Never go alone.
No. Guys, I will pay the ticket, I will pay everything. I don't want to go alone.
Someone come with you to keep you entertained on the plane for one. Yeah. Okay, here's a good one. Would you change anything regarding your preparation leading up to the competition?
I think I've done a good job to myself. I was obviously, kind of programming for myself. I took this as a chance to learn.
Yeah.
As a coach, first of all, I really wanted to test a few things and see how it goes, how it feels, what's the outcome from every skill I was practicing, and I think I've done it pretty well, and yeah.
No, for sure. I mean, I don't think you could have performed your movements any better, to be honest with you. There was one time where you kept getting no reps.
Yeah.
And I think even you were getting frustrated, because even I was looking, I was going, why is she getting no rep for? And I think it was because your foot was touching the floor or something.
And you know very well how much I was practicing those L2 handstands. I had a parallels at home as well, and I was
Yeah.
practicing at home, like, yeah, but you know,
But
it's
I guess-
competition,
yeah,
it
exactly,
happens.
yeah. Right. Okay, so I want more information about your online programming. So we'll pop a link in the bio, in the post, where you can find out more about Laurie's online and Dark Horse Gymnastics,
Yes.
right? Yeah, perfect. Okay.
Scroll.
Oh, okay. This is a good one. Not controversial, but CrossFit or grid, or is the next thing high rocks? And you kind of answered that by doing a high rocks at the weekend.
Yeah. So obviously, I would like to keep the grid as my main thing because I think that's where I can be successful. But I love CrossFit, and I love training with you guys. You know, lifting some weights, training together. It's super nice, and high rocks as well, just for fun. Relay and double, the most, like maximum, not more than that.
No solos.
No solos.
No
No
solos.
way.
You kind of went over this. You kind of said you didn't fit. So someone's asked, did you feel nervous at any moment? Not at all. Nothing.
Not at all. No. Like, I think I'm doing pretty well under pressure, and I can stay, you know, in my lane. No right, no left. Just do what you have done in training the past months.
And obviously, here's another. When is your next Grid League event? So, is there only certain times of year that this runs, or is it like do you know it's going to definitely be next year, or can it be the end of this year, or is it?
So, as I heard, they are checking and looking for the next season.
Yeah.
And obviously, they are looking because of the other competitions, and I think they are doing everything around the CrossFit season.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like a lot of athletes from Grid, they are also doing, you know, the CrossFit Open and semifinals or so on. So based on that, probably in December we're gonna know how the next season looks like.
Got ya. Right. Question: how to improve overhead mobility to increase your kick?
Well, that's a long conversation, but mostly doing like strict work.
Yeah.
And can you repeat please again?
Improve your overhead mobility.
Yeah, so increasing keep. Okay, that's a bit because not sure if she wants the overhead or she wants the mobility for the keep.
Yeah.
You know, it's a bit like. Yeah, I will get back to you with a message.
Right. Okay. How many more? We'll do two more. Here's a good one. So the best part of Grid League, you know, in terms of the setup and the organisation, what was the best experience in that sense? Is it a particular race? Was it the actual race itself? Was it even just being there on the sidelines while your teammates performed certain movements? I know that you said to me that you really enjoyed the ladder style one.
It's so cool to be there and to watch them, you know, like lifting heavy weights.
Yeah.
And it's, that gives you a lot of adrenaline. And I was actually feeling more, like I would say, pumped than me doing something, you know, because, okay, I can move very well, but I always wanted to, you know, to be able to lift heavy weights. And it's, it was really cool to be there and to see how good they move.
And then we'll finish off with this one as the last one. Actually, someone actually asked. Barbara's asked here.
Yeah.
Should standards be adjusted now that some movements can be done better?
Well, if you ask me, I would say it should start somewhere, like I said before. But you know, it's not up to me, right? It's up to Grid League and you know how they want to do it from now on.
For sure. And last one. Do you feel fulfilled? You know, as this sort of, has the dream sort of been lived, as it were? Are you happy with everything that happened? What's your sort of, just a quick roundup? Because I know that it is a long way to go, and it was a long way to go for a short amount of time. And I guess that You know, are you happy with it, or is there anything that you would have done differently going
So
there?
obviously, like you guys know, it's been my dream for a really long time. 3 years ago, I actually got an offer to go one of the teams, but at that time I was just like, you know, getting into CrossFit, and I wasn't as confident
Yeah.
as I was now. I lived my dream. I am very happy that I made a decision to go. It was a long process, you know, with visa. After that, I fractured my pinky, and I was like, yeah, I know. So I had some, I would say, some obstacle to cross to get over there.
Good
what-
practice, basically. Good obstacle practice
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
obstacles.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. If I would have done differently, I would have loved to do a bit more.
Yeah.
Not because, you know, out of ego.
Yeah.
It's just because I truly believe that I could do more.
Yeah.
And like I said before, if I'm gonna do it again, I will do it only if I'm the first option as a bodyweight specialist.
Fair.
But yeah, overall, loved it. Super happy. I think I've done well.
Yeah.
And obviously, I gave my best.
And you certainly did. And
Yeah.
obviously it's a big congratulations from me and from everyone that was watching as well. Obviously we were super proud to see you up on the
Appreciate
screen and doing what you do best. And obviously we look forward to seeing you do it again. So until next time.
How they say? Inshallah.
Inshallah. Perfect. Right, and that's it for this interview. And if anyone does want to get in touch with Laurie for any gymnastic practice, online programming, or one-to-one PTs, don't be afraid to send her a DM on her Instagram, and obviously we'll pop that at the bottom for you as well. But for now, that's it from me.
Thank you, Mike.
Well, I can see that.
Bye.